Today's video is going to be about some airsoft anecdotes, some crazy stories, funny stories, whatever, that have happened to me over the years. I hope you enjoy them and you get a kick out of them. Today's story is going to be about a game that I had in a field, at a field, I should say, in New Jersey. The field name was Cookies Chaos. It was a great field. Went to a lot of events there, went to a lot of open plays. It's a big open area, a lot of land, a lot of areas, a lot of fun. Sadly, the field is closed, but we did have a lot of fun there. We went to different events. The event I'm talking about was from 2013, Operation Buren. Basically, Buren was a robot setup that we had to clear and things like that. And our team was like just one of the ones that was on the green side. We were in digital subdued that day. That's our team camo instead of woodland camo. And what was interesting about it was that day I brought my 30 caliber with me. And I want to show a picture of that right now. And you can see in the video, I'm standing there with the 30 caliber, and that was the AG version with a version 7 gearbox based on a version 7 gearbox. My buddy brought an M60, and that was the gentleman that's standing next to me in the second picture. We actually ran together. We got separated from our group because they were fast movers. We weren't going that fast. And we come up on this one area overlooking a capture point. And our digital subdued in the shadows was great. So I got right next to a hemlock tree in the shade and knelt down with my 30 caliber over a limb pointing at this objective. My buddy, which is hilarious, he's a little skinny guy, about 120, 140 pounds, 120, 140 pounds at the time. He knelt down underneath a small pine tree and just got in the branches. And I mean, he got gone. You can see him. So we're sitting there, and across the way, about 100 feet over across the way, was this building, which was a capture point. And they were all milling around there. So he said, let's open up on them in a couple of short bursts and then just stop. I said, okay. I said, you call it. And we're so close to each other, like 10 feet apart. He said, go ahead. And we start shooting. And we were like, and that was it. And their guys are putting their hands up and they're looking all around trying to find out where we're at. And they're looking and looking and looking, and they're pointing the opposite direction, and they're pointing over here, not pointing toward us. And these guys, I guess they thought, oh, well, I can't see who it is. We're going to stay here. We're not going to call it. My buddy says, let's nail them again. 2 bursts. I said, you got it. So it'll 2 bursts, right? It's kind of slow. My 30 caliber shooting like about 10 to 12 rounds per second. That was about it. So it was real slow. His a little bit faster. So again, we get these guys that are there, and they're putting their hands up, and they're looking all around, and they're pointing here, pointing there, and they finally go. And it was a rough, woody spot to try to like get down over this area. It would have took us more time to get there than it was to just stay there and make the guys go back, because we figured somebody from our group was going to come over and take that capture point. So we're sitting there, and nobody's coming. And I said, Jay, you want to go over there? His call sign is Draco. I said, Jay, you want to go over there and get him? Get it? He said, just as soon as we move, they're going to be there, and we're going to get shot in the open. So we hear movement behind us. So we have the armbands on for the day. Okay? And the tan team, it was tan versus green. And because we're black, digital subdued, like you saw in the picture, we had an armband, green. I look, and I could see better than he was, and I said, it's green coming up behind us. So we're both still looking forward. All of a sudden, we both get shot. And I remember I said, green! And the guy's like, oh, sorry. And another guy said, yo, I didn't see you. I didn't see your armband. I'm like, Draco says, yeah, we had this down. And then all of a sudden they started firing from across the way. I guess they heard all this firing and us talking and that. So they started firing and it wiped out that whole it was a group of 6, wiped out that whole group of 6 that was there. We had not been detected until our own team shot us in the back. And I remember we walked back to the spawn and I'm like, hey, that happened. Friendly fire happens. I remember the one guy said, oh man, I'm so sorry. And Draco's like, oh, man, we could have just stayed there all day and kept picking them guys off across the way. We could have had these 6 idiots go across. And he's talking, like, right next to the guys, too. He said, we could have had these 6 idiots go across the field while we covered them. But no, we're dead now because we got team killed. And I remember, like, he was mad for quite a while after we got done there. And we went back to the spawn, and they went there. And he said, just wait. And I said, why? And he said it loud enough. He said, I want to see where these 6 guys go so we don't go that way and get killed again. And the guy's mumbling under his breath as the 6 guys walk away, and we actually went the opposite direction toward another area that we had. It was an interesting day, though. We did win the day. Green team did take the day. But the thing of it is, we came across the Burons, which were the robots. If you shot at them, they were like juggernauts. You shot them, they would just chase you down and kill you. And the only thing that could take them out was these specific rockets that you would put in a rocket launcher. They had it. You got to shoot it and hit the Buron in the chest, and it kills them. Otherwise, it didn't stop them. Well, our team got one and shot them, but never killed them and missed them. And, we ended up not getting those points. I remember Tan got one of the 3 Burons and got the little label thing off him, and that Buron was out of commission for the day. They actually repurposed him. He was a non-player character. They repurposed him to be something else. But I remember the 2 Burons, you would come around through the woods and you'd see these 2 things walking at you with big machine guns. You're like, you just put your gun down, you stand there, and they would walk by you. If you picked your gun up at them, they would engage you. But if you just stood there with your gun down, not even paying attention, their whole idea was they don't engage if you don't get engaged. You shoot at them, they will chase you down. They would hunt you down and kill you. But it was a good day. We had a lot of fun there. We played a lot of events at that field. So I hope you enjoyed the story. And as always, you have a good day.
Badass?
Yeah, you do.